guys, it's Katie. I'm really excited about that because I am A, huge procrastinator, and B, someone who gets super stressed out about doing pretty basic things in life, it seems like, especially lately. And that video I have been pushing off for like, we went in August, it's now March. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. I truly have been wanting to get that video out, but it just seems like every single time that I start working on it, something else comes up in my life, like school or like finals, and like that's something I can prepare for. So it's entirely my fault, it really is. Anyways, I'm about to eat my cereal and then I'm gonna get ready for the morning and it's gonna be a really great day. Yeah, we're going hiking just up past Seattle. It's a beautiful day out too. I mean, I think it's overexposed. Yeah, I'd say it's overexposed. Okay, oh my gosh. So I have a little bit of a funny backstory behind these tights. I don't know if you can see it at all, but there's like wrinkle marks in them because of how big they are. But whenever I go into the Lululemon store wearing these, they're like, yeah, sweetie, those are a little big on you. And it's like, yeah, I know, I really wasn't planning on like coming here today. So the last time I wore these, Zach and I were in Portland, and when I'm wearing these pants, it means I really don't care about what I look like at all, because these are like 4-year-old pants basically that I used to wear when I did distance running all the time, and I would wear them daily. And that was before I lost a bunch of weight. When I walked in there last time, we were in Portland, and the lady was like, what size are you wearing right now? And I'm like, oh, I think these are like an 8. And she was like, yeah, you're like a 2, so those aren't gonna fit. And I was like, literally stood up for myself for like one of the first times in my life. I was like, yeah, well, I lost a lot of weight, so it makes sense. And she was like, oh, good for you. And I'm like, okay, ma'am, don't work at a workout store place that sells workout clothes if all you're gonna do is judge people who are wearing the wrong size. Okay, no, I kind of get it. If I'm wearing the wrong size clothing and I'm in her store, like, okay, I kind of understand. Maybe she thought that I thought that these looked good, because, I mean, if you're working in a clothing store, you're gonna want to be helping people, so I bet that's all it was, and I'm just making mountains out of molehills. Russ just texted me, and he just arrived, aka he got here 10 minutes ago, texted me saying that he was here. I always have my ringer turned off, and then he called and was like, hey, I'm here. Missed that also, and then about 5 minutes later realized, oh my gosh, Russ is here. So I get this really weird feeling that no one's ever gonna guess what's in my backpack. Like an umbrella, like 3 umbrellas, just, it's a tripod? What? Hey, dude! Oh my gosh, I literally just like yanked that. Okay, so long story short, we get all the way to the final stretch where we have to take a ferry, and it's currently 12:42, and the dude at the ferry terminal was just like, okay, yeah, like you guys are gonna make it 2 o'clock, and then just like slammed the window in our face.
So we couldn't even ask if it was like,
yeah,
oh wait,
we couldn't even just be like, are you 2 o'clock, are you sure? So now we're at the ferry terminal evidently until 2 o'clock, so we're leaving.
I say we go find something to do for an hour.
Yeah, no, I think so too. We could just like go out to food, I guess.
We can go to Don's Pharmacy.
There are actually some really cool. There's some really cool stores around here.
Ooh, camping and fishing. You want to go in there?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
That's actually a really good camping and fishing place. Anyways, so yeah, we made it to the end of the trek. Like this is a half-hour ferry boat ride. It should just be like here in like the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't believe an hour and 15 minutes. Anyways, so now we're gonna go kill time.
If we were to backtrack though, it would add another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to it. Because we have to go back through Seattle.
Yeah, I think that would be like a 3-hour ride. Because just to get here took like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this is where we are now.
It's great.
Yeah.
I can just feel my beard growing in.
You have to stop, get a refund, and then pay when you decide you're going to come back and park.
Gotcha.
And then I'll have to bring it in again. And that was not reservation. My number 6, like quarter to 2. Thank you.
Thank you. I just got yelled at by Grandma.
Livid!
He was pissed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Apparently you can't.
you can't leave, evidently, even if you're like an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
You just
You have to just stay here.
stay in your spot. She was so mad.
She was. She's like, wait, you left?
She was like, we don't really have just a pay and leave policy, so I'm kind of confused on what you're talking about.
Did you see how she looked? Like there was an awkward pause though. I said it and she was like,
She was like actually amazed.
yeah, that I like backed up and left. She's like, wait, you left and came back? We don't do that.
You either pay and park, or you pay and you park. We don't have any other policy.
There's no in between here. Everybody you triggered a camera.
And when you trigger that camera, everyone has to we have to redo the whole system.
She's like, I can't. You have to pay because I'll just void that and then.
So I have no other choice but to refund you your money now. And then we're gonna have to redo this whole thing all over again, okay?
Like, ma'am, you can't just look at my ticket and see that I paid. No, because you turned around. Like you parked and then you backed up and turned around. We don't do that.
You triggered a camera. There's not a policy here for what you did. Like we did something like illegal.
For what you did. Okay, ma'am, you have a nice day. Yeah, you too.
And like the whole time she was like under her breath talking to herself.
She really was. She's like, okay, I guess we'll just fucking do this.
Half the time I was thinking, should I just take out my camera and just point it at her?
In her face, yeah. Can we start over, man?
Can you repeat what you just said? I'm just a little confused myself. We finally made it onto our ferry. It took us, so we got to my place at 10. It's now 2 o'clock. In the afternoon, at least. Because we had to wait an hour and 45 minutes for a ferry to move, which is probably going to be about a 5-minute ride. So that's sick. But fun fact about me, ferries are one of my absolute favorite places in the world. I don't know what it is about them. It's just so pretty. I really just can't get over how pretty ferries are. Okay. So here's that time lapse. Nope. Here are those shots now. So this little town of Coupeville, it's like directly next to an Air Force base. So all that you can hear are just jets the entire time that we're here. But you can't see any of them. They're just super grumbly. See, like, where's that? Where's that coming from? Yeah, see, just jet noises everywhere. I also like that there are two cameras filming the exact same conversation. So if you want to watch this video from a different angle, go over there
And if
and
you want
subscribe
to
to
watch
Russ.
go to hers. I'll put a link in the description.
I'll put a link right here. Press this button right here. I'm not gonna do it either then.
I'll do it.
I'm just gonna put a photo of a different person.
Put a cool annotation.
I'll put Casey Neistat subscription box right here. Subscribe!
If you want to subscribe to Casey Neistat, click right here.
Hey Russ, what time is it? Oh my gosh, there's literally hair everywhere. Stand by.
It is 3:20.
Okay, so we got together at 10. So after 5.5 hours of driving, we finally made it here. And just look at how pretty it is. Oh my gosh, I just cannot get over it. For what we're doing next.
You go get like a fat slice of pizza.
That sounds so good. I think there's actually a really good pizza place near here. We just met 3 lovely little old ladies here on the beach. One of which is from Alaska. And they asked me to take a picture of them, so I did, and I'm gonna email it to her because I took it on my camera. All in all, it's been a really peaceful and relaxing day, I feel like. It's been chill, but a decent amount of adventure. Abenteuer. Russ is cringing at my German accent. I can hear it from here. You know, I have to say one of my favorite things in life is just going for a walk. Especially by yourself. I think Russ thinks I'm like a massive loner. A lot of it came from like the year off that I took because I spent a lot of time by myself because a lot of my friends were just like a couple years younger than me or a couple years older than me, so they were either like in high school or off at college, and I don't know, I've grown really comfortable with like being just alone. And walking alone is just like such an amazing thing, I have to say.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, hey Russ.
Oh, hey.
Wow, hi.
I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
come on in.
cool. Ride time. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy running into you here. How much will I owe you for this fare?
Let's just call it $11.50.
Okay. I'll give it to you later.
Deal.
Yeah, okay. It's so pretty out here. I can't get over how pretty it is. I was just filming. He's like laying on the horn. I like catch him on camera.
He's flipping me off.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Like currently?
Like he was.
Tight. He like just lays on the horn. I just pan around with my camera. Should I do it again? Should I lift the camera again?
If you'd like.
Do you think he'd be happy with it?
Probably not.
Shooting with the Rager. Almost got ran off the road, not clickbait. This was like, it was probably like a year and a half ago. Story time. It was like a year and a half ago probably. And Anna and I were like, yeah, let's go camping together, right? So this was like the end of my work week and the end of her school week. And we went over into like Shelton area, and it's like this area right on the water, and we didn't even really think about it, but at this time I didn't have my state parks pass in my car, and so we ended up getting there at like 8 p.m. I don't even remember why we ended up getting there so late. We didn't know where we were going, that was why. And I went to pick her up out in Bremerton, and we were like, well, let's just go camping. We get there and it's pitch black to start off with, okay? We have my tent, and it was a tent that her and I had gotten like weeks earlier at a garage sale. We get out there and we take the pole out. The pole is broken. You know, like how the poles have like elastic in the middle?
Yeah.
Well, the elastic broke. We I went into my first aid kit in the car and we duct taped or with bandages the entire pole together.
And it worked?
It worked, but it didn't have a rain tarp in it, and it absolutely poured that night. Like, it poured rain. We had a sleeping pad that I had brought from home that was like pretty thick, and so the water, we didn't really notice the water until we woke up and rolled over like into the puddles. And then that was the day we ended up going to Vance Creek, which was really cool. Insert pictures here. We didn't even look at the weather to know that there was gonna be just a storm that night. So yeah, that was my exciting story time of camping with Anna. So we've stopped off at this little area right on the side of the road on the way back. It's called Deceptions Pass, and it is so beautiful. Look at this. It's so light, it just kept floating. Okay, so I just got done, just got home from my day out with Russ, and I'm just seriously so relaxed, like, as crazy as that sounds. It might just be the fact that I'm like actually getting into something that I love doing again. And I mean, I've been making videos since I was probably like 5 years old. I asked for a digital camera, and my dad got me a digital camera without a screen, and I was like, I wanted a screen. And so I saved up enough money to buy my own DSLR after that. It was a Nikon Nikon D5000. Either 5000 or 5100. I have it in there, I can go check. I also had a little Barbie video camera that I used to record things on, and this little green video camera that had like a beehive. Basically all of my cameras before that Nikon were basically toys, and I used the heck out of them all the time. I would always have my friends over and we would make like advertisements, and I thought it was just the coolest thing in the world. I had us make a music video when I was younger, and that was when I just fell in love with like the editing process. And I've made a lot of videos in my own time for like my own personal reasons, or like I've done them for like campaigns when I was an ASB officer in high school, and just random reasons I've ended up making videos. In my gap year I made one video, and it was called 2015. It was about my whole gap year, and it was probably one of my favorite videos I've ever made. And then I don't know what it was, maybe I just thought that like I could never compete with that video. I mean, it was such a good year for me that I don't think that I could get over the fact that that year was over. Or it's gonna sound super sad, but like I thought that my life couldn't get better than that year. I just kind of got to focus on like who I was as a person. I was always going to the gym and like spending time with people that I truly cared about, nurturing relationships with other people, and it really was such a wonderful year. And then after that year I started working a lot, and then I started school up, and I met Zach, and you have time for whatever you make time for. That's all there is to it, and I just haven't been making time for this. In meeting Russ, I just feel like I'm making this a priority again. I am prioritizing my artwork, and it's a really good feeling, I have to say. And so I'm really happy. It's kind of crazy. Some person can come into your life and like you'll just be content, and then you're like, wait, why wasn't I doing this before? And so now I'm just deciding that I'm gonna have to make time for this, because like I'm just so much calmer and so much happier. Anyways, I think I'm going to end the vlog here, but I hope that you guys have a great rest of your night. I hope that you find relaxation in your passions this evening, and I hope that you find a way of working your passions into your daily life soon, because it's incredibly important. And I know that I have work, and I know that I have school, and I know that I'm gonna have all of these responsibilities, and I'm going to continue to have responsibilities. I just need to make time for the things that I'm passionate about. Anyways, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Auf Wiedersehen!